for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now, everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. But we thought of you as someone who can love someone like me. But I was wrong, baby, now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get
Hey,
enough
hey,
of
hey.
us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars
Welcome
with the
in,
love so
guys.
bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danae Show. I am Danielle Danea, aka Danae, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. Winners solve problems. Let's talk about it. So this is very true. Just in my personal experience, I have seen this to be true. And we've seen it throughout history. If we go back all the way back to even Andrew Carnegie, built the steel industry that provided travel, resolved a need. Right there. Who else? Walt Disney provided entertainment for kids. You know, Jeff Bezos with Amazon. People need things right away and need things that you can't get, so at the grocery store. Super clutch, super resourceful. And then Elon Musk, the great Elon Musk, who initially, I think he was an investor in PayPal and then has SpaceX, which obviously traveled to space, and then now has Tesla. So all these people resolve needs. If you think of anybody successful, they think of something that people need or even people want, but the most successful things that people really need, like being able to travel, that end up winning in life. I mean, it is what it is. Winners are solution oriented. They see a problem and think of how they can resolve that problem. They think of things no one else thinks of. Or a lot of these people that are known for, doing things in history, they weren't even the first to think of it. They were just the first to actually resolve the problem, actually, get up and do something about it. Because all of us have thoughts. We're like, but we dismiss them because we're lazy or, we want to hand it over to someone else. But it's the ones that decide to do the work, put in the work in order to get the better end result for whatever issues at hand. And that's why they end up legendary. They go down in history. They do the work, like I said, no one else does. They invest. A lot of people You know, a lot of people don't have a lot of money, right? A lot of people middle class, right? Making their way through life. They don't want to invest a whole bunch of money into something they don't know is going to work, even if they believe it to be a good idea, or you know it's going to resolve whatever issue they're trying to resolve. You know, it's scary. You know, and I get it. You got bills to pay, children to feed. You have children. Um, you know, clothes to put on your back. It ends up to be a lot, but you gotta take risks sometimes in order to get the results you are looking for. You just do. And it seems like, you know, these winners know this. You know, if you look up Elon Musk, he's invested millions into these companies that ended up being successful. And I think even one story I saw said that he invested so much money, he had to end up borrowing money from his friends and end up sleeping on a couch, you know, hoping these things would work. And lucky for him, they ended up working. Right, but you got to take those risks. A lot of people won't be willing to take those risks, especially when they get a taste of real money. Like Elon Musk had millions of dollars. I'm not talking about just money. I'm talking about like long money, right? Before he decided to give it away in order to, you know, invest and hope that he would hit his money return multiplied. You know, we look at it, and I even said this, and I had to correct myself. We look at it as us throwing away money when they look at it as no, I'm betting on something that I'm hopeful that will return to me. You know, I haven't lost it if I know I'm going to get it back, right? When you go into something with that type of mindset, it's just more likely that you will get it back because it's a hustler type mindset. You will do whatever necessary in order to get that money back and, like I said, multiply it. So yeah, we gotta, especially as Black people in the Black community, we gotta think of, you know, investing as something that will benefit not only others but benefit us, and not be so scared to go risk risk not be so scared to put out risk. How do I say this? To risk putting out money, giving out a whole bunch of money in order to, you know, be resourceful and solve a lot of needs. We're so fixated on us, fixated on our personal lives, our wives, our families. We're not really worried about other people, unless there's something like drastic happening. Then we're like, but when it comes to, you know, doing stuff for the greater good, you got to think of others. Because even though, you know, your family should be your priority, you know, other people, if you're not living under a rock, you got to still interact with other people. You still got to be a part of society. So why not contribute to society with something valuable, right? These people win almost every time when they invest. A lot of people lose. You know, a lot of people do lose it. And then there's not one millionaire that hasn't lost money. We all know Donald Trump lost a whole bunch of money, right? But the thing is, they don't give up there. They continue to go on and on and on. And it just takes one win for them to be great, but they don't stop there. They continue on being great and investing. And when you gain wisdom over the years as you get older, you kind of know what to invest in and what not to, and what you can pinpoint exactly a problem that needs resolving. And it makes it that much easier for you, but you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Start super young. Figure it out. If you're older, start now. It's never too late. You can figure it out. So do so. I think that, like I said, these people are very solution oriented. They're like, okay, so what we're going to do about this? They see a whole bunch of people complaining. They're like, okay, so how do I figure out how to make this work for everybody? And it's just like too many people are problem oriented, victim oriented. They see problems, they complain about it, they, you know, dismiss them, like I said, and they wonder why they're not successful. I'm like, because you're not contributing anything of value. You're just complaining. That's why you're not successful. That's why things aren't working out for you. There are no successful complainers. Okay. They might have money passed down to them, but that's not what winning looks like. It's grinding and getting the stuff you deserve, the things you deserve. That's what this country is built on. Capitalism works here for a reason. It's the harder you work, the more blessings that come your way. And you just gotta think. People just gotta use their brains. There's so many problems happening in the world. You gotta sit back and look at yourself and be like, what's something I can do in order to get rid of less problems? I think everybody has something in themselves that they can contribute. For one, I think that, doing this podcast is contributing. When I give my opinion on things or give my take, give my expertise on things I've learned, I think I'm helping people watching. I hope I am. There's someone who may not understand, someone who needs to break it down the way I do, or just needs to hear me say it as opposed to their mother say it. I think that's very helpful. And, there's these big time names like Jeff Bezos, I mentioned Elon Musk, but you just going out and helping a homeless person cross the street or an elderly woman down the stairs is a big contribute. That's resolving a problem. People think like little things don't make a huge difference. They do, especially to that person you're helping. Absolutely it does. So always have that in the back of your head. Not everybody is going to be Elon Musk, but you can start somewhere. You can start somewhere and it adds so much value to your life. It adds value to other people's lives. And yeah, it's a really great thing. But again, you have to have the mentality. You have to have the right mentality. And the right mentality is you have to look to resolve things that other people just don't care to resolve or don't know how to. Right? You figure it out, you make it happen, and you get the rewards. Like I said, a lot of people are professional complainers, forever victims, and that's the reason why they're unsuccessful. And why most people, are middle class, below middle class, living paycheck to paycheck. And it's so crazy. A lot of people are willing to spend so much money on things that don't benefit them long term. It's so crazy. It's like someone scared, doesn't want to invest in themselves, but will spend $1,000 on bottle service in the club, or spend $100 on Jordans and, expensive clothes. Yeah, I hate it in the Black community. It's like, we're over here buying gold watches, gold chains, while other racist communities of people are investing in crypto, or buying land, buying houses, because that's what's really valuable. If you sit back and think about it, it's like that's what you can have long term. You can pass on to your kids. That's a legacy you're giving down to them. And you really can't put a price on that. Like, oh my goodness. I just think, our community especially, we're so lost when it comes to these type of things, and we could be so good. We're so smart. We have all the tools. We just got to put them to work. Got to fix the problem. Because there's so many needs in the Black community. It's so crazy. Los Angeles is going through so much right now. Don't even get me started, from the fires to the drama in Hollywood, in politics. Oh my goodness. If people just sat back and was like, okay, what can I do to make things a little better? Can I go out and join a community, help people who have lost their homes, or help out people who tend to struggle with understanding why things are happening to them, explain my experience, give my knowledge, give my wisdom. There's always a way to contribute to the community. There's always a way. Always a way. We just gotta want to do it. So many of us are selfish, and it's just like, you only look out for yourself. It's the worst. You feel so alone and disgusted with yourself, because literally we were designed to help others. That's why God put us here. He wouldn't have made Eve if Adam was supposed to be here all alone, believe in the Bible or not. There's two genders, despite what others may think. There's two genders for a reason. And yeah, it's because we're supposed to help one another, love one another, create kids with one another so they can have kids and, you know, like I said, build legacies, leave legacies, and raise our kids to be better than we are and to figure out things faster than we did. We're supposed to be resourceful and, you know, hope and thrust it upon our kids to want to be as resourceful as we are, if not more, as they get older. So it's just a fact. I agree with this wholeheartedly. I think that people who win at life are just very wise, very selfless. Like I mentioned earlier, selfishness is the way the devil gets you. But winners are very selfless, and they listen. I know so many people don't know how to listen nowadays. That's why I kind of say things over and over again. If you peeped in my show, I say things over and over again because people don't listen, and then I'll have to say it multiple times in order for them to get it. And I used to be like that too. I'm kind of like that still, but I'm getting better. But when these winners sit back, listen to what people are saying, even when they're not giving, even when other people aren't giving them a specific problem to solve, it's like they can see through their eyes, hear past what they're saying, hear what they're not saying, and come up with the idea. And then all of a sudden just start putting 100% of their energy behind it, whatever idea that may be. You know, so it's a skill, and some people aren't actually born with it, but some people develop it, and you could be either or. If you got to develop it, put in the work, you know, figure it out. If you're naturally born with it, love it, embrace it, use it, because it's a fantastic skill to have, and there's no reason to not be successful having such a gift. Yeah, I tell people all the time, if you don't want to ever be broke, learn a need of people and learn to resolve it, or learn learn a skill that helps people. You know, like if you have the gift of gab, like my boyfriend, he has the gift of gab. He can talk for days. That's not a gift I have, but I'm working on it. He can sell you anything. He sell water to a fish, right? And he's so successful at anything he does. He sells stuff to people. People buy it, buys whatever he's selling, and it's wonderful. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm in such awe, because it's, like I said, for someone who is not naturally born with it, is someone who has to work at it. It's like, it's a little bit harder, but again, if I want to reap the benefits of being great, I have to put in the work. So yeah, if you learn what people need and are willing to provide it, learn the skill in order to get the person what they want, you will never be broke. You will never have to worry about getting money. I promise you. You're always providing something people need. No matter how much technology comes out, no matter how much craziness goes on in the world, people are always going to need certain things. They're always going to need to travel. They're always going to need water. They're always going to need someone, you know, to watch. That's why podcasting is so big, because it's like people love watching other people. They really do. And when you speak to them directly, it's like, oh my gosh, they feel like they've just made a friend. You know, when they feel like they can relate, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like you're in their brain, and they're like in complete they're in complete awe, like I am when I see my boyfriend, you know, just talk to someone and their face lights up and they're enamored with everything he's saying. So yeah, realize this, guys. It's not as difficult as people make it seem. Like, these winners who are at the top, make a lot of money, are in the media spaces, making changes, making differences, is because they know how to give people what they want, and give people what they want without compromising yourself. You never want to give people everything they want to hear, like bend whichever way the wind blows. But you know how to acknowledge what they want and resolve it in a way that makes everybody happy. I don't know how to go into depth. I'm not an expert on this, but like I said, I've seen enough. I've been around enough successful people to watch them, watch how they speak, watch how they move. And it's very specific. It's very intentional how they move. And it's like, you can see, like, and it's so funny. I'm around a lot of businessmen in Hollywood, and you can just kind of like watch their minds racing kind of in a way. When they're not saying anything at all, and when they are speaking, a lot of them don't speak a lot. Like, if you notice, like, Elon Musk does not speak a lot. He just does a lot. I think there was something I think I did research something like Elon Musk having a speech impediment, or not a speech impediment, but maybe like ADHD or something like that he did. I don't know. But either way, a lot of people that don't have a disorder, still don't speak a lot. Like Mark Zuckerberg, he just made a speech recently, but for the most part, he doesn't really speak a lot. Jeff Bezos, very quiet. It's all about action. It's all about doing. You can speak all day. Everybody speaks all day about what they are doing and what they can do. What are you actually doing? Don't talk about it, be about it. That phrase couldn't be any more true. If you're talking more than you're actually doing things, you're, in my eyes, not winning. Not winning. You're not. Sorry. But that's all I really have to say about that. Before we go, do you guys remember, this is a stretch, but it's to my point. I'm a 90s baby, so this was like a thing. Remember the Wonder Pets from back then? It was a cute little duck, and I forget the other animals, but I remember the duckling specific. She'd always be like, "This is serious." Whenever there was a problem, she would say, "This is serious," and I'm like, "This is not that serious." Even as a kid, I was like, "Why are you being dramatic?" But he was so cute and so great. But if you don't know what the Wonder Pets are, again, they were a group of pets. I think there was like 4 of them, and there was always a problem presented to them. Like something would happen, and they were like, we have to save her. We have to help her. And they would fly into this little rocket ship, a pretend rocket ship, I think, and they would resolve the problem. And yeah, great. Handy Mandy. Y'all remember that show, Handy Manny? And he had all the talking tools, and he always fixed stuff that was broken in shops or people's homes. They would call him up. Winner. Just great winner. Handy Manny, Bob the Builder. Like, construction people are the best, are the real winners of all time. I swear, like, oh my gosh, when I look at, construction happening around here and things that need fixing throughout the whole city of Los Angeles, I'm like, oh, God bless their souls, because I'm not about this life. I'm not about this life. That's another thing my man is so good at doing. He just fixes things around the house. Like, even if he doesn't know how to do it, he'll look it up, and he can just watch somebody doing it and replicate exactly what that person's doing and do it effortlessly and end up fixing. That's very rare to happen to a lot of guys that don't know what they're doing. But he gets it every time. I'm like, oh my gosh. Those are, like I said, not a big thing to maybe a lot of people, but it's a huge thing in the long run. I'm telling you, all these people that are out here fixing the roads and, fixing stoplights and all this, like, it's very important. It's very pertinent to, us as a community, to thrive as a community. But yeah, like those old shows, there's always somebody building something. The Handy Mandy, Bob the Builder, and who else? Yeah, because in Bob the Builder, they were actually saying, "Can we fix it? Yes, we can." Right? Um, yeah, always trying to solve a problem, always winning at the end of the day. It's a thing. I know it's a stretch. I know I probably took you guys back a little bit, like, huh, what the heck? You bring up these kids' TV shows, but it's true. Like, thank God I grew up in a time where I'm so grateful for when I grew up. And I think the 80s babies really, really had it the best when it comes to like the transitions of all of what's been happening in the world. Like they got to experience the world before, the internet and before Disney Channel got bad. They got to see all the good shows. Yeah, and the shows that actually had good messages, like the Handy Manny. I don't even know what Disney Channel is now. I remember seeing some show, and I was like, this is ridiculous, and it was kind of not for kids. Like I was like, what the heck? And the fact that kids are watching, I was like, oh my gosh. My mom would have been like, heck no. She was already like, heck no for like shows like, my parents are very Christian, so they didn't like Wizards of Waverly Place. They didn't like That's So Raven, the Sidekick thing and all that. But for the most part, Disney Channel was really good. Like Little Einsteins, y'all remember that show? Very informative. They like put like classical legends up in there. They educate you on that. And then even Dora the Explorer. I remember I learned a little bit of Spanish up there. Not the greatest, not as much as I should have, but enough, right? But yeah, again, solution oriented. Like even in Dora the Explorer, learning Spanish, learning in a whole nother language for us, that's a problem. I didn't know, people wouldn't look at it that way, but I'm like, I didn't know Spanish. Now I'm learning it. And I even think she was like resolving stuff like, oh yeah, because Swiper would steal stuff and then she would get it back. Problem solved again. But yeah, I'm very appreciative when I grew up because the shows were very informative. There were a lot of hidden good lessons in a lot of those shows that I now appreciate so much more. Where now the shows are just pure entertainment, pure debauchery. I can't even, like I said, really tell you because I don't watch Disney Channel. I'm grown, but it's like I wouldn't watch it even if I was a kid. I wouldn't want my kids to watch it. Thank God for Disney Plus and showing. They don't have everything up there that I would like them to have up there, but they have enough. But yeah, all the shows. If I think back to all of them, there was somebody that was the hero, somebody that was solving a need, solving a problem, a need, a issue, whatever. And that it's amazing. It's amazing. It was as a kid teaching us how to be in life, right? And I picked up on it, and I'm sure a lot of other kids did too, which is fantastic. But that's all I had to say about that, guys. Be a winner if you're not already. Like I said, look for a solution to every problem, because in every problem there's a solution in disguise. I always say that in every problem there's a solution in disguise. All right, guys, like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and comment always. I love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions, and I will see you guys next time. All right, I love you. Bye.
Aquel día el instinto nos decía que esa noche juntico no quería, que las ganas bebé nos ganaría, pero no fue así. Vamos lento, ya que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela y vamos a jugar. Ella sabe que quiero a mi mamacita. Ella también quiere que seamos felices. Ella, la que se apresura a la vueltica. Ella es sin timidez. Como la ves, no le importa dónde y cuándo. Pero nada no he hecho, no soy el que la mando. Nunca lo seré, su carácter no es de niña, que la puede controlar cualquiera. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la escuela. Y vamos los 7 días de la semana, te doy de mañana. Mi consejo sabes que no es, te doy el desquite, que me quites todas esas ganas que te tengo, mujer. Todo el mundo sabe que tú y yo somos más que panas, pero nos vamos lento, que el que se apura no llega a nada, no llega a nada, nada. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, bebé, vamos lento y verás. Y me encanta, yo lo sé. Independiente, vamos lento y verás. Vamos lento, ya, que si nos apuramos no disfrutamos del momento, ya, y lo vamos a arruinar. Dale lento, ya, dile a tus amigas que hoy no vas para afuera, que estás en la